What's good, friends and family? What's going on? Shout to Paradise Life. Shout to the chat. Let me catch up on these comments. Also, you guys, before I catch up on the comments, hopefully you guys saw the curfew update video I released this morning. I put in the pinned comment section, I said 15 days. What I meant to say was until April 15th. So right now, the new curfew stays as is, starting tomorrow, March 18th until April 15th. So we're going 30 days now instead of 15 days. As I told you guys, they got 3 days during Easter where they're going to keep things to 7 p.m. and no alcohol is going to be sold. And I predict the reason they're doing the 30 days is after Easter, get things back to somewhat normal. All right, so we'll see. So right now, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The curfew stays the same. And that'll be what it is. Like I said 15 days. But in the pinned comments, I fixed it. I meant April 15th. Okay, so you guys check out that curfew video. Paradise Life, shout. Reggie BX in the building. What up, baby? Miguel Torres, what's good? Shout to all the members, all Paradise Life members, all the members of the channel. Shout to you guys. Okay, my first guest just pulled up. Give me 1 second. La Chiva, what's going on? A1J, what's good? Sean McNeil, Steve in the building. Felicia Jordan in the building. I mean, them likes got to be up. Double A Queen's definitely in the building. Rich, if a woman purposely provokes, I'm not sure what you mean, Rich. George Jojo, what up? Ray Loyal, what's good with you? Big Super in the building. Cool KT, Murder Mason in the building. Haraka Kiko, what up? Let me get my first guest up in here. The homie Aaron, Black Man.
What up? What up?
With you?
What's good, bro? Baby? Ball hair, beard gang in the building.
So first off, introduce yourself for my people that don't know, should know who you are, but introduce yourself so everybody here knows who you are, brother.
What's going on, family? My name is Aaron Ferris, creator of Black Man Travels. We have a Facebook group and I also have a YouTube channel. And we're just exploring the world, man, going to different countries. We mainly focus on Dominican Republic with my man Philip Flop, Medellin, Colombia, where I'm at right now, Colombia, period, and Brazil. And hopefully we'll be reaching out to Thailand when they get their stuff together. So yeah, man, we here.
That's what's up. I appreciate you joining me. I was a guest on your channel. I said, you know what? I got to get the homie over here. You know what I'm saying? I get the homie over here to my channel. We got to do some things.
For sure.
You already know. We're going to get into something in a minute. Also, shout to you. Yeah, Black Man Travels is a dope group. If you guys don't know, hit him up. Check his channel out as well. Definitely hit him up. Jay Will, what's good? Mr. Stewie in the building. So basically tonight, we're going to talk about simps. Now, I made a video about this. We talk about this all the time, right?
Right.
We got to get a little deep because people tired of hearing me just talk. I got my opinion. Now, for me, a simp is someone that goes above and beyond for a woman that don't really want them. You know what I'm saying? Whether it comes to buying things, trying to shower with gifts, trying to buy the attention, or whatever the case may be. And we know a lot of guys like that. Now, I'm not going to say nothing is wrong with simping. That's your thing. Right. But the reality is, why do most men simp, in my opinion, is because it's convenient. Because a lot of men can be weak. I tell people this all the time. The hearts of men are weak. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
And mainly for attention. You want that woman's attention that you probably couldn't get on a normal basis. So you use money in an aspect to try and garner that attention. Now hold that thought real quick, I got our next guest coming in right now. So hold on 1 second, I'm gonna get back to you real quick.
All right.
We're gonna add him in right now.
Gotcha.
Next guest in the building, Mr. Taylor. What's up? Hey, oh, by the way, Taylor, I got your shirt on. Why I got your shirt on right now? Laptop lifestyle. And Aaron, I got to get one of your shirts too, brother.
Oh, my little man, I'm so excited to be with Mr. Flip Flop, aka Little Brother to me, and Mr. BNT. So man, it's good just being in good company, man. It's been a great day and it's a good evening, man. Thank y'all, man, for inviting me to the subject. Thank you.
I appreciate you coming in, brother.
Oh no, I gotta be here.
We were just jumping in right before you came in. I was talking to A about simping, why people simp. I feel it's convenience. People want attention for women they can't really have, and they try to shower them with gifts and so on. So right before you jumped in, A was about to talk. Aaron, give us your idea of a simp and how you feel about that situation.
Well, man, simping comes at many levels. I definitely was a simp back in the day, so I can understand. I got some hella simp stories, but I didn't even know I was simping. I was doing what everybody else was doing, in my opinion, which was get the draws at all costs. Now, for some, they might have to do as much as others. So it's different levels, but at the end of the day, men have a drive to pretty much recreate themselves in a nutshell. And however you get it done, you're going to get it done. I mean, most men are simps. Let's just be honest with you. Some guys simp out loud. Some guys simp behind closed doors. I mean, there has been a lot of information recently, on YouTube and the red pill movement. But even that, guys still be simping behind closed doors. That same guy that I tell you, hey, man, I don't see girls' money. I don't do this. I don't do that. They do that. It's a lot of guys that do it. So it's just different levels to it, man. I don't judge no man for what he do, what he decide to do. Yeah, it does hurt us collectively in the long run because we just can't get together when it comes to being on code with our women. But it is what it is. It's gonna always be like this, man. Dudes gonna do what they got to do to get them draws.
I gotta agree with that. Now I'm gonna throw it at Taylor since he just jumped in the line. I'm gonna throw it at Taylor. Taylor, when I say the word simp to you, what comes to mind when I say the word simp to you?
All right, I got a different approach at this, so just bear with me.
That's why you here.
Because when I hear the word simp, it's definitely a negative connotation to most people. And if someone's defined the word simp as someone who let's say come out here, or anywhere in the world, right? Thailand, Philippines, Costa Rica, and let's say they want to indulge with the pay for play relationships, right? And let's say let's say the going rate, let's say if you're in Brazil, all right? When I went to Brazil last November, and just transparency, I indulge. I'm a mongrel. I indulge in the pay for play relationship because on vacation, I want to have fun. I ain't looking for love. I'm looking for lust. Well, let's say if somebody the going rate may be 85, and somebody want to pay 200. Somebody like, oh, that's a fucking simp. But somebody else may say, listen, you just involved in that pay and play. You may be a simp. For me, I call it, listen, I call it, back in the day, did y'all ever heard the term macking?
Macking, yeah.
Back in the day, macking. Mm-hmm. And Mac, was a motherfucker who spit game, for those who don't know, and can pull a woman, and basically do their thing. I'm a fat 59, overweight motherfucker. And I'm a cat, all right. And like I tell people, I remember when I was teaching class, and I had one day this young lady asked, she said, Mr. Taylor, what she's, we were just joking around during an icebreaker. I forgot what the conversation was about. And she said, so what makes you think you sexy these days? I told her my bank account.
Okay.
Because when you get old, your money's better. You know what I'm saying? Because you're making better decisions. You got the retirement. You may have, that residual as well as that passive income coming in, plus a few other streams. So me going out there, and I see somebody I want, and let's say the going rate is $70, but it may be a night where motherfuckers hitting all over her, and they say, all right, well, now it's $80, it's $90, whatever. And I say, fuck it, I really want this person. I tell her, listen, babe, I'm gonna give you $100. Let's do what we do. Have fun. Let's do. Somebody say, oh, Taylor, you fucking simping. I say, I'm enjoying myself and I'm enjoying my motherfucking money. Now, because you can't afford it, that's you. Right? Because it's not a one size fits all.
Yes.
People
right.
have on different bank accounts. I know brothers down here just living off their Social Security, $1,700, and they having a great life. They're having a great time. They met the perfect lady. They're in a great relationship, and that's cool. You got motherfuckers down here who say, listen, I don't want that relationship. I did all that bullshit. My kids are grown. I ain't looking to raise no more babies. I just want to enjoy what little time I got left. And I enjoy the pay to play. You know, I may pay 1,000 pesos for one woman. I may pay motherfucking 2,000 for another. And that's cool. Now, I think it's crazy. Like, if I show up at a party, and let's say I'm gonna take it out of where I live.
It's all good. Go ahead, brother.
So let's say we in motherfucking Brazil, and I may pay a lady $75, but we show up at a party, motherfucker want to give her $200. I'll tell the motherfucker, listen, last night the girl was $75. Now if you want to pay her $200, and he may look at me like motherfucker $200 ain't shit. That's shit $200. I make $200 when I do 5 minutes of sleeping. I'm gonna pull up. So for me, I mean, I don't necessarily use the term simp.
Gotcha.
I say sometimes, you know, brothers overpay or do shit that I would not necessarily do. But if we all in this game, right, and we're paying different prices, I just say, hey, some brothers getting motherfucking merchandise at a better price than others. That's it. But you know,
now that right there on that what you just explained, I understand it because I've heard, and I'm sure Aaron as well. We've heard men say, "Oh, you overpaid, you simping." I can agree with what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
But also in that aspect, now pay for play. That's cool because you're paying for the service. That's one thing. So when someone says you overpaid, that's simping. I guess I can understand it. I heard it myself. But also in my mind, how I reserve simping, pay for play. I think is a little different on that aspect. But also a person who's not even getting none and paying the bills and showering with gifts. They ain't getting none. They ain't doing no pay for play. They paying for attention. They ain't getting to play. You know what I'm saying?
So I would qualify that as
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. But I know what you're coming from because I've heard people say, "Oh, you overpaid by $20. You simping. You messing the game up." That I know. I totally know what you understand with that one. My personal feelings, and we know, is a lot of men are not confident. All of us have insecurities. You know what I'm saying? We all have insecurities. But also, we're in the world that we live in now, and I see it all the time. I can't really relate too much. But in the world we live in now, where everybody feels, especially American women, are just too high strung and they want too much, they're too demanding and all that, which is cool in some aspects. But it turns a lot of men off, especially a lot of hardworking men that, you know, I watched the video of a day. It's weird because I didn't watch the video, but my man was telling me about it. The guy asked the girl, Kevin Samuels asked the girl, how much do you need to be happy? How much he has to make? She said $500,000. I was like, what? $500,000. Like that is the mindset of some women. And I'm like, how can most men function if a pretty woman, or that woman that you want her attention, feels that you need to make $500,000 in this day and age? You know what I'm saying? There's not that many men making $500,000. So right then and there, I understand how some men would shower that woman with gifts because they're insecure and they want her bad, and all she wants is someone that's up here. Even though she ain't up here, she wants someone that's up there. You know, and you know, there are now we can go two ways with this, but I'll go into something personal with me. The women that want a high value man don't look for a high value man. They don't make a list of what is accepted from a man. And I'll tell you my personal experience. My sister has always had her own. She turned her modeling career into a real estate career, into a dentist career, back to real estate, has her own dance studio. She's always had her own. We've been around ball players, all this stuff, all these parties, and people would always be like, why is she not impressed? She was the only girl not impressed. She was like, well, first, my brother, and two, I got my own. Like, she did her own thing. She never looked and had a list of what type of man she wanted and needed because she attracted that type of man anyway, you know. But when you have someone, if now on the other side of it, if you have someone like my sister who would intimidate most men, then you would get the simp involved who feels, let me shower her with gifts. When the reality is she don't want the money because she has money. You know, you got to impress her with you just being yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird because when I see that simping mentality, okay, that woman is beautiful. I want her attention, but you're not being yourself. You're not being genuine. You know what I'm saying? Now, Aaron, how do you feel when it comes to, and like you said, you said you're a confessed simp, but also
former simp.
You made a great point, and I've said this a million times. And Taylor, I'm sure you can register this, but hey, I need you to respond to this. How do you feel in those guys that be simping for real and lying about it? Because I know a lot of guys that do.
Man, yeah, I know a lot of guys that do too. I actually caught one of my homeboys simping it up out here in Colombia. You know, but it is what it is, man. You know, some dudes just want to be happy. Some dudes want to have that fantasy. They want to have a girlfriend experience. It's different levels to it. But I will say this real quick, man, to go back to your point about the chick that wanted $500,000, her man to make $500,000. Nothing that a woman says is concrete. That same woman that will tell you that she wants a man to make $500,000 will screw a guy that works at Target making $10 an hour if he says the right thing.
100%.
So,
100%.
You know, they're always going to give you this fairy tale of what they want or what they desire. But that same, like I say, nothing they say comes out of their mouth is concrete.
But those expectations can make a man be like, I'm not worthy, or I can't get her. You know, a lot of what we do as men, we trick ourselves and we negate ourselves. We tell ourselves we can't do something before we even give ourselves opportunity.
That's very true. And some guys would think that if they don't know about female nature, saying that you can just say the right thing at the right moment, in the right space and time, you know, and then she can get them draws. It's the same woman that has all these a paper long of requirements for men, still get the draws. So, you know, I just take it lighthearted at this point because brothers got passports. We traveling all over the world. There's really no reason for us to be simps no more or simp anymore, but brothers still do it. I think a lot of times, man, it's that, especially for first-time travelers, when they first get to these destinations, they see these beautiful women, they try to overcompensate. I see it I hear all the time in Medellin. When I tell guys, don't wear jewelry. You don't have to wear jewelry to impress these women. All you're doing is putting a mark on your back when you wear jewelry to get robbed. So guys still come out here with the platinum chains, you know, the gold chains. They get, you know, they drink Spike or get scopolamine to get robbed and everything. I'm like, buddy, you know, you're in Colombia now. You just walk up and say some broken Spanish and you're gonna have it. You know. So
now here's something. I'm gonna ask Till. We're gonna touch on that too, Aaron, because I want to go. That's the second subject for the night we're about to touch on.
Oh shit.
You already know. We're gonna talk about that. The second subject you just mentioned. Gotcha. Taylor, so let me ask you, in your time here, because you've had some time here, and you've seen a lot of guys, and you've met a lot of people. About how many times have you seen a dude go crazy over a chick here in Dominican Republic?
Too many times. Too many times. Too many times. Too many times. Which honestly, between the videos I put out, you put out, other brothers put out, I don't understand how dudes are still getting caught up in the fantasy and thinking it's reality. So I absolutely have no idea. But I want to go back a little bit to what BMT was saying. Because, you know, as far as, like I said, you know, paying a lady's bills, car notes, hair, everything, and not getting anything out. Me, I don't understand it because, honestly, I never got caught up in it. And I guess it's because of my background. I grew up, you know, broke, you know, not in the projects, but in a poor neighborhood where all I grew up around pushers and pimps, hoes, and everything else. So I already knew the game. Now, I was in the hair business, right? So my thing was, and the person that I admired the most growing up was not the pimps or the hustlers. It was this brother, Mr. James in this barbershop. because he was a hairstylist. So I'm going to the barbershop. He was the only one had his little part in the back of the barbershop doing women's hair. And this motherfucker used to have the best clothes, car, money, and I'm watching women pay this dude every fucking Saturday. Every Saturday, I'm in there watching the paint since I was 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. Mr. James didn't have motherfucking cops looking for him. Everybody else I know, including my brother, had cops looking for him. I liked the way Mr. James wrote. So when I was about 16, I asked Mr. James, hey, how can I get in this game? I was, now I ain't gonna say I've never been in the pharmaceutical sales industry, but at that time, I'm like, Mr. James, hey, how do I get into this? So he was like, you really want to do this? I said, yeah, I really want to do this. So I grew accustomed at 16, 17, 18, women giving me money, not giving them money. And Mr. James, man, he wasn't a pimp or did hustle. He didn't sell no drugs. He didn't sell the women. But man, he sold motherfucking lifestyle. He sold chick like this dream, like you this beautiful thing. So that's the game I've always been in. And now I'm gonna tell you. Now, if you want to call me a simp, you can call me a simp. When I got divorced, my wife took $250,000 between cash and property from me. Then yeah, I'm gonna tell you, the real simps are the motherfuckers that got married, and you get divorced. Jeff Bezos, motherfucking what's that golfer? Tiger Woods. Simp. See, that's some real simping shit there. Mm-hmm. Now I never got caught up. Even me, I got caught up in after my last divorce, 11 years. Went to judge straight out, $250,000. That Beamer, yeah, finished paying for that motherfucker. Her insurance, finished paying for that motherfucker for a year. So that's how I got caught up in the simping. But now, as far as me like meeting some broad, I ain't getting no pussy, I ain't getting nothing, and I'm paying for this chick bills. Nah, that ain't never fucking happened. I'm gonna tell you straight out, I ain't never did that shit because I'm used to getting money from women. When I had my own salon, barbershop, even chicks I was banging. I'm gonna tell you, a ruthless motherfucker is a heterosexual motherfucking male hairstylist. Because I'm gonna tell you, women sit there and tell you how to get the keys to the kingdom. And I was notorious. I was fucking notorious. I wanted the pussy and the money. So I ain't understand how I ain't getting no money. Listen, even if I'm laying abroad, if I'm laying pipe, I still want my money. So there was no coming into the salon, doing my hair, cutting all this shit, bringing your kids in there. No, you gotta pay. I told them, listen, this is separate. This is business. And I learned from Mr. James. This is separate. This is business. You got to pay. Now I may have discounted your shit, but I've never understood giving a woman something for free because that's not what I grew up.
That right there is my point as far as when it comes to simping. Like, men trying to you're trying to buy a woman's attention and you're getting nothing from it. You're basically spending with the idea that maybe she'll like you eventually. That's what I consider simping. I mean, paying bills, pay for play, all that stuff. If I'm with the woman, that's different. But if I'm just trying to buy her attention, to me, that's what a real simp is. You're just trying to buy that person's attention. Now, this is something you brought up, Aaron, and I've gone back and forth with you on Facebook group about it. I always laugh when you mention it. You mentioned the travel. Now we have Tailor-Made Dreams here with Laptop Lifestyle. I got his shirt on right here.
Yes, sir.
Black Men Travels. All right, there you go, Laptop Lifestyle. And as you guys know, Paradise Life. We're all basically travel groups, men who assist men, encourage men to travel. Right?
Yeah. Can I for 1 minute? Can I interrupt you just for 1 minute, little brother?
Yeah.
When you see me in the street with my Paradise Lyfe t-shirt on. Stop. Because you see little brother his telemetry. We support each other. Stop asking me crazy fucking questions, all right? And stop asking little brother crazy questions. Just like BMT. I mean, you may see me with his t-shirt on. Stop asking crazy fucking questions because we wear each other's merchandise. That means black men supporting black men. All right? That's all that means. Black men supporting black men. Stop. I get the craziest fucking questions when I'm wearing Paradise. Like, the craziest fucking question. Stop that shit, please. Go ahead, little brother. I'm sorry, man.
I forgot about that story. And Aaron, I need to get a shirt soon from you. I'm gonna hit you up behind the scenes.
For sure.
So yeah, like we said, we're travel guys. We encourage people to travel. You guys know me. I tell people travel for yourself first, because the women ain't going. The women gonna be there. To me, the women are the extra part of the travel. But
ubiquitous.
We need to travel. We need to get out. And so, as you mentioned, Aaron, and I said the second part of this show right here, travel shaming. I'm gonna go last, but Aaron, since I know you were going hard on this, whoever that dude was, I really didn't watch his videos, and we'll get Taylor you next up. Aaron, how do you feel when these dudes travel shame? Like, it bugs me out. Can we get your thoughts before myself and Taylor even get involved in this? Since you started.
Yeah, man. This travel shaming it's crazy because you would think it would come from other people, right? Not other black men. But unfortunately, man, you have black men out here who are so jealous and envious and feel like they can't do it themselves. Instead of them appreciating the information that we give to them to try to change their life for the better, they rather just hate, shame, and to put out a lot of disinformation. And the biggest problem I have is when brothers, I'm not even call these guys brothers, when they say things that are just totally unfacts or untrue about black men traveling the world. Because we know we are not the face of what they try to put us the face of now. And these are black men doing this. So I got to always step up to the plate and defend us, man, because you got black men out here in DR, Medellin, in Brazil, making major moves business-wise, man. I interview them. You can check out my channel. Guys got clubs. Guys buying hotels out here, buying apartment buildings in Medellin, making power moves, right? Elevating, how black men are being seen around the world. And you have your own kind trying to tear you down and put an image of you that's not a truthful image. So I got to always step up, man, because they be saying we have the wildest accusations in this space. The wild accusation, and they try to always keep tying it down to the cat. I'm not even gonna say his name. That was in Sosua.
Yeah, we don't give no shot.
Yeah, doing that dirt. They want to put us say that's what we're doing. That's not what we're doing at all. Black men have always circumvented. We circumvented the globe first, bro. We always been worldwide, but us losing our history, a lot of us don't know that. But now, as we come into our own, once again, we starting to travel the world and see the opportunities around the world. So I just want to keep brothers motivated, keep brothers getting their passports, because when you change your locale, man, you change everything about your life, man. When you can see the matrix from afar and see how they're moving, you just like, okay, this ain't gonna work over here. This circle we're going in, back and forth with these folks, it ain't gonna work. Let's go here and let's see if brothers can build here. And when you go to a different country, a lot of that plantation mentality, hopefully, will kind of just leave your mind. Like, you break the chains when you get that passport. And the thing I love about Sosua, when I first got to Sosua, it was my birthday. Me and Taylor Bray's birthday around the same day. And one of my friends counseled on me at the very last minute. I was real nervous. I'm like, damn, I ain't never been to DR. I ain't never been to Sosua. He said, man, you're going to be straight. It's a brotherhood out there. I'm like, what you mean a brotherhood? Because I'm still thinking, Matrix like brotherhood. Man, when I got out there, everybody welcomed me. I met you out there. I met Taylor out there. Y'all brothers welcomed me in. It was my first time in DR. Y'all gave me some game, and we've been locking arms ever since, man. And that's what it's all about.
No, 100%. Taylor, you up. Go ahead, brother.
I'm gonna tell you, I agree with BMT 1,000%. All right, my little brother, who I got here now, brother, my little brother by love, not by blood, met in boot camp When I was 23, he was 19 years old. Come over here for a second, Tony. I want y'all to see that, you know, the motherfucker real. All right. So, damn, where you go?
What's up, brothers?
Now, we've been knowing each other.
What's
right?
up, brother?
Doing good, man.
We've been knowing each other since I was 23 years old. I am 58. He was 19 at the time. He is 54 now.
Motherfucker corrupted me.
Thanks, little brother. And I'm gonna tell you, traveling the world, you will meet people and bond with brothers. So I'm talking about brothers because you bond with brothers and sisters, but let's talk about brothers for now. You will bond with brothers, man, who I promise you will be more of a brother, more of a father figure, more of a friend to you than anybody in the world. The people who talk about travel shame have no idea, don't even travel. They can't travel. And I'm not talking the bullshit travel, what I call bullshit travel. Motherfucker, book a weekend to Jamaica. All right, big deal. Right? You went to fucking Jamaica. Every fucking body go to Jamaica. All right? Not a big deal. The cruise, you spend 5 hours on this land, 5 hours on that land, 5 hours on that land, 5 hours on another port, and then you bring your ass home and you thought you traveled. You ain't did shit. When you travel together, when I remember, and we've had this conversation earlier, me and my little brother. We talked when we were in the Navy, man. I said, man, did you ever imagine we would have the life that we have now? You know, did you ever imagine? I never imagined I would live across the street from the fucking Atlantic Ocean. I never imagined when I come outside, you know, and I do my daily walk, I got 4 miles of fucking ocean. I can go to a beach and see the ocean every fucking day as my background scenery. I never imagined I could have friends that I call friends that will be there when I need something or someone. I remember during the COVID situation, man, I was kind of bogged out. I was busy doing shit, and I was trying to pass out bags. I made one phone call to my little brother, Greg. I said, yo, man, I know it's COVID. It's crazy out here. I'm trying to get these bags together. I don't have nobody to even help me pass out the bags. He said, when, where? That was it.
That's it.
That was it. When, where? When, where? I could go to motherfuckers in my neighborhood and ask them, listen, I need to ride downtown. Oh, motherfucker, man, listen, you know, you got any gas money, you this. I mean, motherfucker give you all kind of excuses. If I'm in Atlanta, you know, I call my little brother, yo, man, 1 o'clock in the morning. When, where? Motherfuckers you meet when you travel, y'all establish a bond that is powerful. You want to make sure that that person is taken care of. I just had a sister stay with me, and there was no, you know, kumbaya and lovey-dovey going on. The sister called me and said, listen, I just had a bad experience in Cabaret. I didn't want the sister to leave the Dominican Republic, Cabaret, with that bad experience. I'm not going to go into it because that's her business. So I said, listen, I want you to come and stay with my house with me. And she only knew me from my channel. That was it. She talked to me a couple times, but only knew me from my channel. Said, come to my house, stay with me. You know, you be secure, you be safe, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna tell you, man, one of the me and that chick, we're gonna be friends forever. Established a awesome relationship. I established what I call an expat chat group.
I just saw that.
And if I say, listen, man, I'm hanging out on the Malecon, if I'm hanging out at Connors, if I'm hanging out over here, anybody want a beer or a drink, 12, 15 motherfuckers show up. You know, and sometimes you gotta just call people individually because you don't want to have a whole goddamn party all the goddamn time. But people who travel, I'm gonna tell you, if they're serious people, if they're good people, if they've been doing it for, they look out for each other. They treat each other like family. So the people who doing all this trying to travel shame, listen, what a motherfucker does on his vacation or when he's living abroad, it's his business. I don't care. I don't look at another motherfucker's wallet. I don't care how another motherfucker get his dick wet. All that shit is your business. Mm-hmm. I run my lane and I run my race in my lane. Now, our relationship, if you respect me, I respect you. We treat each other right. We're gonna be there when each other needs something or someone. That's all I'm concerned with. So all this other bullshit, like I said, coming from that travel chain, is people who do not fucking travel. So why do you listen to someone who can't even get off their fucking couch? Why? It makes no sense. Like people trying to, and Greg, you've had this. Motherfuckers trying to tell Greg what's going on in Sosua. He owns a business. He listens to it, and he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And they're trying to say, "Well, Russell, this is what's going on in Portland." How the fuck do you know? I'm right here. I live here. You know, I mean, I have no understanding. I'm boots on the ground. I live it. Motherfuckers think about this grinding, this, that, and other. None of that shit. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? I live fucking here. I'm outside. I'm safe. Everything is good. Everything is great. So, you know, stop listening to the motherfuckers who can't get off their couch, who have imagination, who, you know, if they do travel, they've only been to one fucking place that everybody in the fucking world go to, you know, goddamn Jamaica. Stop listening to these idiots. And I'm calling for what they are. They're idiots. And then you got these other knuckleheads who even been to maybe let's say DR, Costa Rica, and they want to get back home, and then they want to talk about brothers coming down here having a good time when you just participate in the same shit. So I'm telling you, man, who's ever listening, stop listening to these fucking idiots. Come down here, experience it for yourself. When I walk into Greg's place, when I walk into Flip Flop, it's all love. When I walk into Hotel Europa, get around my sister Ramona, it's all love. Matter of fact, I'm gonna share a quick story, Greg, and then I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I was hanging out Saturday, right? And I gotta admit, I drank a little bit more than I should have.
No way, no, not you.
So it was kind of crowded that evening, and I got tired of waiting for the motherfucker to get a drink. I walked behind the bar. I started pouring my own goddamn drinks that night. You know? Ramona,
you did it in flip-flop too.
Yeah, I did it in flip-flop too. BB look at me, they like, it's fucking Russell. It's like, but they treat you like family with love. I walked in today, you could ask my little brother sitting next to me, and I gave Ramona $50 because you know when you pour your own shit, you pouring two. You know, you ain't pouring one. You pouring two. So I wanted to make sure because I wanted to make sure that she knows I respect her, even though I got a little stupid, but I respect her. And she man, I had to fight her to take this fucking money. I literally had to fight her to take the goddamn money that I was trying to offer her. But you come down here, you travel, you establish those relationships with people. So all that other bullshit that motherfuckers talking about, motherfuckers got Simp, they're giving away all the money, doing this, that, and other. Listen, you got knuckleheads who's going to travel down here and do that. But that is not the fucking norm. I'm telling you.
Nope.
Those are the exceptions. That is not the norm. Everybody that come down here don't get in trouble every fucking weekend. Right? You got motherfuckers who've been coming here 20 years, never had an incident with a cop besides getting stopped if they drove and had to give a police officer 200 pesos. So that is not the norm. And the thing is, you got these knuckleheads sitting on their couch trying to make it, trying to do this travel shame, make it the norm. That is not the norm. So I want to blow that fucking myth up. That is not the norm. You come down here, you establish relationships with the locals, you get treated like family. You get treated like blood. Like I said, I was in flip-flops and I just said, fuck it, I want to pour more. I got a little drunk there too.
I got the video.
The girl looked at me, Greg looked at the girl, he's like, all right, he's all right, you're all right. Now, like I said, I'll pay for my shit. I want to put that out. But people treat you like family, they treat you like blood, and the only thing they want to make sure is that you're okay. You know, that you're happy, that you're okay, because guess what? You know, the majority of us are not down here taking advantage of each other. The majority of us are not down here trying to get over on each other. The majority of us look out for each other. We do wellness calls. You know, if we don't see a brother that normally live on a certain chat, we'd be like, listen, 2 or 3 of us go knock on that door. Hey, you okay? You all right? Matter of fact, we even got with brother Barnes, I ain't gonna say his first name. You know, we were so worried about this motherfucker. We got cops and called motherfucking the U.S. Embassy and shit. Where he had to call and like, hey, stop, because you know we almost accusing this girlfriend of kidnapping and throwing the motherfucking ocean some shit. So like I said, what motherfuckers doing on that travel shame, that is not the norm. That's the exception. You can't have 800,000 motherfuckers come down here, and you may have 300 incidents and call that the motherfucking norm. That's less than 0.003 fucking percent.
Agreed.
Very true.
I'm gonna tell you like this, and I'm gonna basically, I said I wanted to go last. I'm gonna basically use some of what both of you guys said in my speech. So with the travel shaming, I want every single person to hear to in this chat, shout to the chat. If I don't get the comments, sorry, you know we having this live panel with the brothers right now. So for me, when it comes to travel shaming, I'm gonna touch on what you both just said. First off, I traveled damn near the entire United States. It's well documented. I've been to 40-something states. Cool. I don't think I really lived life until I crossed overseas. I'll tell you right now, my first trip was the Bahamas, Paradise Island. My mother took me and my son, my sister, and my nephew. That's the only reason I got a passport. She was like, I'm taking y'all to the Bahamas, let's go. Now, Paradise Island was dumb expensive. But here I go, walking around with headphones, just left a 10, 12-foot snowstorm in New York, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm on another island. I'm in an entire another world. Like, I'm surrounded by water. Like, it blew my mind because all I did that entire trip, my mother can contest to this, was go to the bars, grab a banana mama, listen to music, walk up and down the beach. Women were talking to me. They asked my mother, could they kidnap me? Women were talking to me the whole time, but I was so like, oh my God, I'm in another country. And mind you, I've been all over the map in America, so I thought I was doing something. So that part, just traveling and seeing a whole nother world. I've been to everything you could think of in the States, all the events, all the shows, all the parties. I've done it all. But when I went out of the country, I was like, oh my God, mind blown. Now let's touch on the topic of why are those dudes travel shaming? Why are they travel shaming? Maybe because they can't travel. They talk about guys traveling for women. Whatever a guy travels for is his problem. It's his business. It's his bank account. When he works his 9 to 5, when he invests in his Bitcoin, when he does his Forex, whatever he does, that's his money. He earned it. He can spend it how he wants to. If he wants to go to the store and buy 500 chicken wings from Flip Flop, it's his prerogative. He does what he wants. I can't tell that man what to do with his money. Now, to touch on what you said, which is my biggest point to this, do you know the people I've met while traveling? Do you know the networking I've done while traveling? I go into Sosua. There's nothing I can't get done. Through my network of Paradise Life, Black Man Travels, Tailor-Made Dreams, Lap Type Lifestyle, through that, our networks alone, there's nothing in this world I can't get done or I can't get my hands on. Nothing. Because we all have a network. We know somebody that knows somebody. It can get done. And when I tell people, especially about the North Coast, and I definitely experienced it in Colombia, in Medellin, I got shown mad love because I travel by myself. Guys are running up on me in Medellin. I love it. The Brotherhood. You are talking to brothers you probably would never talk to in America. You wouldn't say hello to in America. And you develop a bond overseas. You literally are so busy working and being uptight and not wanting to say hello to the next man that if you see the same person sitting next to you with flip-flop, shameless plug, you would talk to that man for hours. And you would never say hello to him in America. The camaraderie in traveling is amazing. Like I tell people, the women, that's secondary. They're gonna be there. That's cool. But the people you meet, the conversations you have. My cousin said it best 3 years ago. And Taylor, you met my cousins.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, we all grew up together, but the only time we hang out is in DR. Because we so busy working with life and with family and with things going on, we don't get to hang out. But in DR for 8 days, they get to see their buddies every single day. They get to talk shit every single day. The camaraderie is the biggest thing about traveling because you never know who you're going to bump into. And I'm not just talking black. I was in Medellin with black, white, Indian. Like, it was weird. Medellin people just running up on me. Oh, I do that guy. I'm just kicking it with guys from Memphis, guys from Atlanta. We all over. It's everybody. And I traveled dolo. I was just out there hanging out by my like I do, and just people talking. In Sosua, before this YouTube thing ever came about, before anybody knew about me on the internet, people would just talk. And you'll be at a table, you'll be at this table, and just hear somebody make a comment at that table, and it's no big deal to add your 2 cents into the conversation. But in America, if you jump in my conversation, yo, you don't know me, who you talking to? But here in Colombia, the travel community, you can talk to each other without any hesitation, without any drama. That's what I love about travel. That's why I travel. Because once I realized that these dudes who I know I probably wouldn't talk to me in America are literally giving me conversation. We're arguing about sports. We're arguing about women. We're arguing about life, period. We wouldn't have those conversations in America. So them guys that are travel shaming, those are the guys that wouldn't talk to us in America or wouldn't talk to each other. They're afraid to travel to get that camaraderie, to be able to talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, when I see the travel shaming, why do you guys go there? And Taylor, I know you see it. Aaron, I know you see it. Let me tell you something. It feels amazing when someone walks up to me and says, brother, I got my passport because of you.
Man, what you saying?
I feel great.
Payment.
I feel great when someone says, you the reason I got my passport.
Yep.
And I go, damn it, I did that? Me showing you that this other things going on in this world did that? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep.
I'm just saying, like, the guys who don't travel, I want to know what their life is like. I want to know what their wife or their women look like. Because the guys who are traveling are having an amazing time. You got guys, like you said, businesses, networking, starting doing amazing things. And it would have never happened by sitting at home on the block. And I know guys that never left their 100-mile radius. Never. One of my 20-mile radius.
Yeah.
Never left it.
I'm gonna go a step even deeper.
Go ahead, brother.
Because when I started my channel, I was living in Stockbridge, Georgia, and I was doing a lot of videos from my backyard. You know, my backyard in Stockbridge, and I was doing my videos from my backyard, showing my house full of furniture to an empty house, to signing up for my bank account, insurance, to to getting on the plane and moving over here, buying my account and everything. I have been humbled, right? Humbled by so many brothers who have said, listen, you're the reason I moved here. I would have never thought I could move here. I never thought I could live in another country. I never thought I can open up a bank account in another country. I never thought I can buy property in another country. And it is so humbling. And you got cats, I'm not talking about just single dudes. I've heard that from single guys. I've heard that from single women. I've heard that from families, cats moving their entire family. We was out at Connor Spot today, and dude from Baltimore, right? White dude from Baltimore. He said, Taylor, he said, yo, you the reason I'm here. So he told me, he said, man, I was following your channel. He said, yo, brother, I moved over here with my entire family. You the reason I made that leap. So it's not just even within the Black community. It's not just generational. It's across the board. And when people say that to you, it honestly humbles you and lets you know that, hey, man, damn, you know, that you can make that kind of impact in somebody's life.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And I mean, my doctor I met over here, I'm talking to him. He said he's a doctor. He's an emergency room doctor. He said he's getting ready to open up his own practice. I was asking him about teledoctor work. He said, hey, we can do it. So now I met my doctor, traveling over here. Got it introduced to cryptocurrency, just talking to brothers sitting around the table. I'm hearing about, say, hey, listen, can y'all kind of share some information with me? Got involved with cryptocurrency, making some money. You know, stock tips, a little bit of everything. Like Greg was saying, like little brother was saying, man, the people that you meet, the conversations that you have on another level that you would have than sitting in America going to fucking Wendy's. It's just on another level. Sorry, little brother, to interrupt me.
No, not at all. And I mean, you know, Aaron, you the reason that the second topic came in because of the conversation on the Black Man Travels group, and you were going in on the other guy. And I mentioned a couple comments. I watched a little of the videos, but you know, I wanted to talk to you directly in this platform and when I see you in person, because it's one of the things that really bothers me about people travel shaming, because you can only travel shame if you don't know what traveling includes.
Exactly.
You can only travel shame if you don't know what really goes on while you travel. And yes, pass the flip. Shout out to the chat. Pass the flip. I am sweating a little bit. Thank you. But you know, when I hear people say, "Oh, these guys do this, these guys do that," there's so much more to traveling. We are the whole movement that the three of us have built. The whole movement that the three of us have built is about men enjoying life. Black. Well, I've had Canadians run up on me and be like, "Thank you so much." Like we're spreading info to the world. You know, we want everybody to enjoy life. But the reality is we created these movements and it's all networking. Aaron, when I'm in your group, I see guys going back and forth. Even if it's negative energy, it's always an interesting topic because everybody has different opinions.
Yeah, right.
People are always going to disagree, but the idea of what the topic is about and to see everybody's different ideas and their views on it is amazing. You know, we're never gonna. The three of us can never say, "Hey, that one woman right there is beautiful." We're never gonna go to the same woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see what Taylor's point of view is. Good to see what your point of view is. Good to see what my point of view is. And the reality is, those guys that give those negative points of views about traveling specifically, how miserable are you that you don't want to leave your block? How miserable are you that a vacation for you is going to another state? And that's it. That's all you want to do. Not get on a plane and go anywhere spectacular or do anything spectacular. You know, for me, I'm looking to get on a plane. Before COVID happened, I was going to Cuba, back to Colombia and Brazil. But COVID messed up a lot of my plans. Now I'm preparing for post-COVID, hopefully, knock on wood, and I'll be up and at them again. You know what I'm saying? But traveling, and that's why I tell people about the vaccine. If they tell me I got to take a vaccine to travel, this guy's taking a vaccine to travel because I need to be. Yes, I live in Dominican Republic. I live in paradise, but I need to be able to travel. You know what I'm saying? So for me, and you guys really nailed it on the head. So I wanted to go last because I know you basically said what I wanted to say, but my biggest thing was what Taylor made and touched on also was the camaraderie. Like this, you are not gonna. And anybody who's in this chat, you are not. When you travel, the people you encounter and you actually talk to, you would never talk to back in America, back in Europe, back in Canada. You would never give them the time of day. But you sit and talk to these people. And I'm going to run this quick story real quick. I forgot what the word is. I met a guy who makes maps. He's responsible for GPS and all the maps in the world. Not the actual, he didn't make GPS, but he made the maps that GPS runs off of. How the hell did I meet the guy who made maps? He's the reason all the maps are perfect, that GPS works the way it does. He traveled the world making maps. One of the most interesting people I've ever met in my life. Wow. I would have not met him sitting at home because he's from a totally different background than I am. You know, I got friends who I would never know if I didn't have a passport. There are guys, I got a guy who's a Canadian, was one of the world's top athletes back in the 70s. We're great friends. We were just talking crap the other night. And I would never know this man if I didn't have a passport, because we would never talk. We would see, if we happen to see each other on a New York City block, I would walk that way, he would walk that way, no conversation would be had. You know, so traveling brings so much more than just women. There's many things that happen, you know, you can encounter and people you can meet. You know,
exactly.
So that's my point on it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Aaron, you got anything you want to add to that? Please feel free, brother. Me and Big Bro been talking.
No, you made a very good point. Like, who are these cats that are travel shaming? What type of guys are these? And I'm gonna say this about the men that travel the world and have passports. Men that travel the world and have passports are solution-based men, problem-solving men. All right, progressive men. That's why we all get along so well in this space. Because what movement have you seen where you got guys from New York, guys from Atlanta, guys from Cali, guys from DC, guys from North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Memphis, all able to get along together? It's the type of mentality that we have. Now, you got two divisions of travel shamers. I will say this. You got the guys that's just, I'm just gonna call them haters, or envious because they might not be able to travel, and they really hate to see black men being successful and happy. Yeah. But you also have a whole division of guys that are PUA coaches or pickup artist coaches, right? And they feel that they're losing a little bit of their market share. Now, some of them ain't bad. I feel like some of them are like lifestyle coaches. They try to get guys game and self-improvement. I get all that. That's cool. But some of them guys that's in that sector feel like, okay, if these guys start getting passports and start traveling, we're just going to lose our market share. We're going to lose our customer base. Because once the guys get these passports, they're not going to even think about American women like that anymore. I mean, because you don't need game to talk to women overseas. You just got to be a man and be about your responsibilities, right? Yeah. So those are two sectors that travel shaming is coming at. It's a agenda behind one side of it, right? You got the guys who like, okay, we PUA coaches. We want to keep guys in the States so they can keep running circles with these American women. But then you got the guys who just personally hate, who just hate to see black men being successful and being problem solvers instead of problem staters. When I first came to YouTube, man, I first got in this space, bro, I was cursed off of panels. These 8-hour panels, I was cursed off of these panels because I was saying, brothers, get your passport, travel the world. Here they go. They'll say something like, okay, here come black men travels. What you got to say now, black men travels? What you got to say now? Christopher Columbus. I'd be like, dog, I was trying to get brothers to travel the world. Why am I going to sit on an 8-hour panel and complain all day for 8 hours, right? What's the solution? What do brothers need to do to be able to be successful and to be able to feel free? Well, one of those things is travel. And I'm going to tell you, when I first got caught on to the Charles Tyler movement, that really helped me because it was a vision. He was actually out there in Brazil, you know, showing the footage. And I'm like, man, that's dope. You know, I've been told Brazil got AIDS, they killing people, they'll rob you, but he's going to be making it, right? But before that, even before that, man, I tell brothers all the time, I was going through like a bad stretch in my life, right? When my car blew up on me, I had bought another car, and that car broke down. So my money was real tight. I was back on MARTA in my early 30s. I was like, damn, man, I'm doing bad out here. I'm looking bad. And I met what I call my angel. He was an older man, had to be about 65, 70 years old. He sat by me on the bus. And you know how you on the bus, you in that mood. You like, man, this cat. But he told me, he gave me, he said, I want you to do two things, young man. I want you to read, find you some good books to read. He mentioned the books, but I don't remember them. But he said, get your passport and travel the world. And I was just like, get my passport. I'm like, wow. He's like, man, travel the world, go to other countries. I'm like, what, like Jamaica or something? He's like, nah, man, go travel the world. Get outside of America. And I never forget that. And then by me seeing Charles' videos and being in the Black Man's Option, and even seeing Taylor May's videos, I'm seeing her like, okay, these brothers out here doing it. Okay, let me try this out. And when I did, man, going to Brazil changed my life forever. Sorry, changed my life forever. Your mind just starts to, like, something happens when you're a man and you overseas, right? Something just happens. You be like, stuff just starts to click. Stuff starts to make sense. You like, damn, okay, all right. Yeah, we can do this. And then you start getting along with different brothers that have that similar mindset, right? They took a chance. They said, you know what? I'm gonna stop doing all my bread in these American clubs, spending $100 on bottles trying to impress these females, and I'm gonna go elsewhere where I'm celebrated and I'm respected. So that's what it is, man. Yeah. This is a movement, and it will not be stopped by any travel shamers. Those guys are gonna fade to black, bro. This movement can't be stopped. The reason why is because we show receipts. We show our lifestyle. They see us having fun. They see us making moves. They see us having business at the same time. And it's a beautiful thing, man.
It definitely is. It definitely is. Look, so real quick, Taylor, do you have our last conversation in Puerto Plata? Do you have any travel plans coming up?
My travel plans coming up. I got to go back to America end of April through May. After that, I'll be back. My investment group, we doing every year we do it international meeting. So there's 12 of us. We get together, do our thing. But after that, I'm looking into definitely going back over to Thailand for a while. So I want to do Thailand, maybe sometime in the Philippines. I got some things coming up. Me and Greg, we actually getting ready to work on a project together.
Yeah, we're still working.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give it away, but me and Greg actually working on a project together. And the best thing about that is, because we both travelers, we're both businessmen, so we kind of, when one's traveling, one can be here, one other, offset each other. But like I said, I really want to get back to Asia right now. I really want to get back to the Philippines. I want to get back to Thailand. Right now, both of those borders are closed, but as soon as they open up, I'm definitely gonna be out of here for at least 2 to 3 months. So right now, that's my plan. I'm gonna hold my breath, my nose, and everything else when I go back to America. Y'all know I ain't gonna be right. But I want to get some medical stuff done. I want to get some other things done. I want to liquidate some assets and everything. So I got to take that trip back. Yeah, man. But I'm gonna tell you, man, traveling saved my life. It absolutely saved my life, man. It's no secret. And I tell people, man, I've been dealing with depression for about 25 years. Still see matter of fact, I saw my psychiatrist today. I'm not ashamed of that. But traveling, moving abroad, living abroad, saved my life. Otherwise, I'd be dead or in jail. I ain't gonna lie to you. So for me, it ain't something I do because it's a nice idea. It's something I did because I needed to breathe, and I know within the Black community, man, listen, we need to breathe, and you're not gonna breathe, just being inundated every day with seeing images of your babies, of your women, of your fathers and sons being killed. You got to take a break from that, man. You must take a break from that, because there's no way you can see that and not come out damaged. There's just no way. I don't care how strong you think you are. I don't care if you say, man, I was in the military, but I see death. Listen, there's no way you can get away from those images and think you coming out whole. If you do, you're fooling yourself. You really are. So I encourage people. I don't care what kind of vacation you take. I don't care if you want to take a vacation with your family, alone, whatever. But I encourage you, get away, especially in our community. You need it just to breathe. So you can stop saying, I can't do it. Because when I talk to somebody and say, man, well, everybody can't move, bro. Everybody can't do this. I tell them, you're absolutely right. And when I meet people who says, man, I got to do it, I'm going to do it, I tell them, you're absolutely right. Because whatever you set your focus and your attitude, whether you're saying I can or I can't, you're right. You have just created your own future. So if you focus on something that's going to empower you, you're going to be right. If you focus on something that's going to make you bitter, you're absolutely right. But you have the choice in your own future. And please stop committing what I call, genocide on yourself. There's already enough people doing it. You know, so why shoot myself in the foot every day? You know, why cut myself every day? You know, it don't make no sense. So I implore people, man, get outside, man, get off that couch, get outside that neighborhood, get outside that country, come to somewhere, man, where people love and treat you with respect, and where your skin color don't matter. Listen, that's a beautiful thing. I did a show the other night, man, where the father was white father, black son, married.
I caught that. Yeah, I caught that.
And he said, man, he knows if his son was white, it wouldn't have happened. And I said, well, you understand. I mean, because if you're a white father and you got black kids, you start understanding what happens in the black community. Mm-hmm. You're forced to. That whole, that whole white privilege, you gave that up. You gave it up, especially once you start producing black babies.
And let me do two things real quick until I'm gonna get back to that real quick. Guys, Shay Star, appreciate that super chat. A couple more guys. Let me shout these guys out real quick. Like I said, guys, I can't get to everybody. We're having a great conversation here. Shout out to everybody who dropped a couple super chats. Victor Watson, appreciate that. And also Dario Sims, appreciate that, brother. So listen, so what you said. Now, what I want is two things I want to say. Since you just touched on that about black and white. I want the channel, I want all of our followers, I want, everybody in the YouTube community and the travel community, white, black, no matter who you are, to understand something. We're not just saying only black brothers need to travel. But the problem is we know black brothers don't travel. So when we talk to them directly, they're the ones that are not getting on planes, the majority. So we're trying to get them to get on planes, go somewhere and do something. So anything, my white audience, our white audience or Canadian, European, whatever it is, we're not just saying, we're only talking to the brothers. It's just that the three of us know the brothers aren't getting passports. The brothers are staying on the block. That's the difference. Now, to what you also said, I'm gonna tell you, and shout to brother Charles Tyler. I didn't know of him. I was on YouTube much later, but I will say this, and I come from this mindset, which is why I'm gonna tell you this story. So back in the heyday of Brazil, I want to say late 90s, early 2000s. Everybody was like, Greg, man, you gotta come to Brazil. You gotta come to Brazil. But see, me being me, and I was one of those people. See, I'm coming from the perspective of that brother that didn't want to leave the block. I'm giving you that perspective. So I was like, man, what I need to go to Brazil for? I got a Brazilian right here. I have one of the baddest strippers in New York who was Brazilian, living with me. I got a Brazilian right here. What I need to go to Brazil for? Great, you got to go to Colombia. I've had Colombian girlfriends since I was 12 years old. What I need to go to Colombia for? They right here. And Puerto Rican, by the way, too. You got to go to DR. Oh, I got Dominicans over there. So my mindset was, why do I need to go anywhere when I'm in the melting pot? I got it all here. I had them all. But then when I got on a plane, I was like, wait a minute, okay. I didn't go to Brazil during its heyday because I couldn't leave the block. I was addicted to the block. I was addicted to Freaknik in Atlanta, to Philly Greek Fest, to Jones Beach Greek Fest. Like I said, I was at all the events. I was in clubs since 14. I was in the tunnel at 14 years old. Okay, I was addicted to being local because I had all the women. I was a Wu-Tang and bad boy. I had the bras. It was in abundance. But when I traveled overseas, I realized you ain't really do shit but waste time. I didn't do nothing but waste time. Because now that I'm overseas and I see what I've been missing on another world, not just another country, another world. When you go to another country, it's another world compared to what we're used to. I'm like, so I waited all this damn time, hugging the block, running around in these clubs, going to Atlanta every 2 weeks, spending $2,000 on a Friday and a Saturday. But I can do that and more in another country? What was I thinking? And I was that guy. All you guys that were traveling, I was like, man, we doing this over here. We doing this in New York. We going to Miami. We doing this. But then when I went overseas, I said, well, damn. I wasn't doing much of nothing, and I was doing a whole lot. Because going overseas is a whole nother experience. Mm-hmm. I'm only mad at myself that I didn't get a passport sooner. But then I check myself and I say, if I got a passport sooner, I may have many more kids. I don't know. I was a little wild. Wow.
You don't need no more kids.
I don't need no more here. But I would have had more if I had a passport early. But I'm glad I got it when I got it. My mother was the main reason I got it. I won't lie, because she was like, you got to get your passport. We're going to the Bahamas. And I was like, oh, okay, a family trip. Honestly, that's my first trip, a family trip. Mm-hmm. It was a family trip. And that's what, like, oh my God. I'll never forget. It was a 10 to 12 foot snowstorm in New York. And we're on the runway. And the pilot says just like this. They had to de-ice the plane 4 times. And the pilot goes, I don't know about you guys, but I'm off after this. This plane is going to the Bahamas. So if you guys want to get off, we'll taxi back over. You can get off. But this plane is going to the Bahamas. Everybody said, don't go nowhere. Let's have we were on the runway for almost 3 hours. He said, don't worry about it. We don't. So, it was like that first trip traveling was amazing. Now, I have not been to Asia. I will make it to Asia one day, but Asia's pretty far for me, so we'll see. Shout to everybody in the chat. But like I said, for me, traveling was just, I traveled all over America, but this is the reality of my life. I really thought I was doing something running around the States. Mm-hmm. I did everything, been everywhere. But then when I went overseas, I said, okay, see, we wasted time going to Freaknik. We wasted time going to Greek Fest. We wasted time going to South Beach. Mm-hmm. We could have been overseas and had the same amount of fun, if not more, and experienced cultures as well as partying and wilding out and having fun.
Exactly.
So I understand. I was one of those people at that, not maybe travel shaming, but I was like, man, I could do that over here. But then when I realized that, okay, I did that over there, and it's a totally different aspect totally different aspect around going overseas. I was like, man, get out of here. Nothing can compare to traveling overseas. You just can't compare.
Exactly.
My biggest thing about Asia is it's really far, but I'm gonna make it there one day. I promise I will. Mm-hmm. You guys add anything to that you want? I'm reading these comments.
No, I can't wait to get to Asia as well, brother. But yeah, man, and that's why our message is so powerful and so strong as well, because now we're getting guys to travel in their early 20s, mid 20s. And I'm like, bro, I wish I would have had a passport when I was your age. I got on the traveling pretty late. I would say my mid 30s, but I'm glad it happened because, like Taylor May was saying earlier, man, traveling definitely saved my life, bro. Because like you said, when you go on Instagram and you start seeing people that look like you, other brothers start getting killed by people that's supposed to be protecting us, something happens in your mind as a man to where you want to instantly get some type of regression or get some get back, right? Mm-hmm. So, going through that, especially during that time frame, in a few years when it got really tough for us as Black people in America, traveling was like a breath of fresh air, man, because I was really, really stressed out about what was going on in the States. Not only that, it was like, even in these little neighborhoods, man, like Taylor said before, brothers just don't really be talking and connecting with each other to say, hey, brother, you all right? Hey, brother, what's going on here? Or you just don't have that type of conversations. Everybody in the States is kind of like, who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was in D.C. for the first time, in Atlanta, we used to saying like, what's up? Good morning. We have such a hospitality in Atlanta. I'm in D.C. I'm like, hey, what's going on, bro? How you doing? Like, who you talking to like that? I'm like, oh, my bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my bad. So, that's type of things, man. When you travel, man, brothers can kind of like move side a little bit, like relax, tranquilo, brother. We ain't here to do nothing to you. Ain't nobody trying to con you, get over on you. You just want to talk, chop it up, have a good time, and just to release that pressure. Like you say, the women just the icing on the cake. They're just a byproduct of traveling. You know, they're a byproduct of the travel. I mean, we just happen to travel to countries with the most beautiful women in the world. You know,
I'm gonna tell you right now into the chat, I wouldn't have met these two brothers right here if I didn't travel. Because like as everybody knows who watches me, I didn't watch YouTube like that. I'm really into YouTube now. Don't get me lying. I'll be up at YouTube 4 a.m. watching about how everybody sold their soul to be in the music industry, aliens, all that shit. I watch all that. Now I'm into YouTube. But I can tell you about rhythm R&B guitarists from back in the blues days that sold their soul to the devil and made songs about it. I love that. Anyway, but I would have met these brothers if I didn't travel. I would have not met the 300 something brothers in Paradise Life had I not traveled. I wouldn't have met the Black Man Travels group. I wouldn't have met Taylor Made Dreams groups and his people had I not been traveling. Now, and like I said, now the three of us, because I know you all are the same as me, we can get anything done that we need to get done. If someone says, Greg, I need a LaserJet printer, CB4, 25,000 of CCU, whatever, blah, 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 a specific model, I could put a text out and get it. Like this stuff, like anything. There's nothing in this world we can't get done. From networking, from travel. I can call Aaron up tomorrow. Aaron, I ain't got a place to stay in Medellin, but I need a spot. You know a spot? And I know he gonna get me a spot. He gonna be like, hey, call these people right here. You got that. You know what I'm saying? We can get it done. And that's from traveling. Because I'll be honest with you, and I can't stress this enough, guys. I can't stress it enough. When you travel, you will interact with people that you would never speak to back home. You would never talk to them. I can tell you right now, I actually had a conversation in Flip Flop. There were about 10 of us just yapping. And I said, do you see this? It was black, white, we were all over the place. And I said, do you see this? None of us would say a goddamn hello back in our own country. But we're here yapping it up, talking, acting like we knew each other for years because we all traveled. It's just amazing. It is just fucking amazing. Well, I curse y'all. But it's amazing because people don't realize what they're missing out on, you know? And I'm telling you as someone who's seen it and done it all, that once I traveled across seas, I feel I wasted, now my experiences were amazing, but I feel I wasted half my life. The strip clubs, the clubs as a kid, that was cool. And you know, it was an amazing experience, but I'd have rather had a passport in my hand. I'd have rather had a passport and got on a plane and travel somewhere. Now we know, we know guys are on budgets. We know guys, everybody can't afford to have these wild and crazy trips. But guess what? You can go to Vegas, which a lot of people run to Vegas. It's a couple bucks here and there. Believe it or not, Vegas is a trap. They get you there for cheap. They give you a free room, and you spend all your damn money, more money than you wanted to spend anyway. If you can do that, you can go overseas. Just pay for that passport. That's it. Anything you guys want to add, feel free.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much more I can add to what the gentleman said. It's a thing where, you know, you can't talk about it, you got to be about it. So you can talk about people, about traveling and experiences and different interactions and the camaraderie and the experiences, but until they actually do it, there's nothing that you can do. I appreciate sharing this time with you gentlemen this evening.
Appreciate you.
Little brother, thank you for inviting me. Aaron, it's good to see you. It's good to meet you.
Thank you.
I have to do a quick run because, you know, we on Toca de Queda, means curfew.
Go ahead.
But I had to be here for my little brother because he always, and I'm saying always, never missed the time when he never showed up for me. So I need to keep my track record straight with him. So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate your listeners. And like I said, man, it's just something that you have to do. And like I said, man, no matter how you look at the word simping, because it comes in different categories depending on how you use it or where you use it. You know, I just say life ain't a one size fits all. You know, and definitely, you know, you want to get something back for what you put out there. Even traveling, just like what Greg said, the camaraderie, the people, the friendship, the connections that you meet. That trip that may cost you $1,000 may make you $100,000 down the road. But you put something out, you get something back, and that's all I say. Get something back for what you put out there, and definitely, if you travel, you get a lot more than you can even imagine. It will blow your mind. And thank you, gentlemen, once again.
Thank you very much for coming out tonight. Appreciate you, brother, and look forward to more. I'll be seeing you soon in Puerto Plata. Thank you very much, Taylor.
You got my grits too.
I do it. Appreciate you, Taylor.
Right. Peace and love, gentlemen.
All right, brother. Peace. Hey, so Aaron, real quick, what's going on with you in your personally in the Black Men Travels group?
Well, right now, man, we have a big event coming this weekend. We got DJ Who Kid coming to Medellin, Colombia. Gusto's. Anybody been to Gusto's? You know how it gets down to Gusto's, man. So right now, we just focus on that event. Like I said, it's gonna be popping. It's gonna be a movie out there. Like I say, G Unit gonna be in the building pretty much. I'm throwing it with my boy Pete, and with the help of Rob. Another guy here named Rob Thorne. You guys might have saw if you follow the YouTube channel. I interviewed the brother. He has 2 clubs out here in Parque Jerez. The Vibes that we're supposed to be hitting up. Hopefully in an hour or 2.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, Vibes, man. It's a rooftop joint. You know, Black owned, good brother, man. Good brother out there in out here in Parque Jerez. We be vibing, man. We be having a good time. You know, the crazy thing that I love, the power of our music and our culture, man. Because these Colombians, they don't even listen to like the newer stuff. I rarely hear Future and Migos out here, bro. I be hearing Biggie, Pop, Wu-Tang. I be like, how y'all? I be asking, I'm like, how y'all know about Dear Mama? Like, how y'all know about this type of music? It was like, oh no, we rock with this. This is what we rock with. So, you know, between that, man, it's a beautiful time in Medellin, bro. It's wide open, no restrictions. Party before 5 in the morning if you want to.
Quick question, because Semana Santa's coming up in 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, something like that. Mm-hmm. Do you expect any restrictions for Easter? They just did a 3-day restriction only for Friday, Saturday, Sunday of Easter weekend, Good Friday to Resurrection Sunday. And it's only 7 p.m. Curfew, which is the weekend curfew, and no alcohol sales for those 3 days. Do you expect, in your opinion, since you're there, them to do, because Semana Santa is a big holiday, do you expect them to put any restrictions on for that weekend?
Well, it's a possibility, but the good thing is the cases have gone down pretty on average. They've been going down, and the hospitals aren't like patchy capacity no more. So hopefully everything will stay open, man. We're hoping everything will stay open. I'm not sure because they did lock every holiday down for them 3 days. You can do anything.
Exactly, yeah. That's why I asked.
Yeah, hopefully, like I say, I think they just got rid of the PCR test to come to Colombia as well.
See, that's the thing. They did it, and I'm glad you said that. They did it, but migration made an appeal in the courts. So my boy just got there yesterday. They're still doing the PCR.
Okay.
They appealed it in court again. Migration said you can't do that. They appealed it. They basically however long the appeals process is, whoever wins that, I guess then they'll decide PCR, no PCR.
Yeah, they've been going back and forth with the judges and I think the Minister of Health Minister or something. They've been going back and forth the whole time, man. So it's hard to give people news on Colombia because it goes back and forth. They get rid of it, they take it back, and then they switch it up. You know, so I know some guys who got caught up and stuck in Miami because they had PCR tests from Brazil.
Yes,
nobody in from Brazil right now. So it goes back and forth out here, bro. It goes back and forth. So
I got to ask you a question real quick because I made the comment, but I didn't look at your face to see if I was sure. So if I do end up in Medellin without a place to stay, I don't want to stay. I don't got to stay with you, but can I call you and say, "Hey, you got a spot over there? I need a place. I need a hotel or something."
Bro, I'm gonna hold you down, man. Trust me, I'm gonna hold you down. We got access to like so many apartments right now. It's crazy.
I already know. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah. And on top of that, I'm gonna hold you down. Even if you don't find a spot, I got a 2-bedroom, so it's a big spacious apartment.
Where you at, Eddie? Where you at?
I'm in Poblado. I'm by the. I'm right across from Monterey Mall, behind the exit.
Is that the mall? The strip mall?
It's like an electronics mall. It's pretty much all electronics.
Okay.
So I'm like kind of like at the. I'm really right next to the metro station. I stay in a really good location.
Gotcha.
So I'm walking distance to Parque Jerez, Parque de Poblado, and I got a grocery store like right here. So it's dope.
You know what? I've only been to Medellin twice. I'm not a pro. How far are you from McDonald's?
McDonald's, probably.
I use that as my landmark.
The only McDonald's I know, man, it's like a little small McDonald's stand, but they just got McFlurries. They don't have no burgers or nothing. The only McDonald's I know is at Santa Fe Mall, man. That's about.
Oh no, I'm talking about the other mall, the other McDonald's in Poblado. So yeah, you on the other side. I know where you. I have an idea where you at.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think where McDonald's at around here.
They got that big McDonald's by the strip and all the banks and everything in the supermarket. I forgot the name of that street. I've only been there twice. I was running around like crazy. I can't remember the name of that.
Yeah, I see people in the chat talking about Medellin sucks. I don't know what they're talking about, man.
I think it's the same. I think it's the same person saying that. But you know, now how long are you staying in Medellin? Are you there permanently? What is your plan as far as Medellin?
My plan was to be here 6 months and then be in Brazil for 6 months. That was the plan. But you know, I've been out here for 4 months total. Right now, Brazil got the restrictions going on from what I'm hearing. So I'm like, okay, I might just stay in Medellin, you know, for a little while longer because I just signed a lease. So we'll see how it turns out, man. You know, Colombia is a country, man.
There's a restriction on how long you can stay, right?
Yeah.
In Colombia.
Yeah, but the good thing is it starts over at the calendar year. So say if you was here like in December or something, it starts over again in January. It starts from that 6 months. And you can extend it. It's like a simple application you can get to extend your stay. On top of if they do catch you, it's like a light fine. So it's not like in the world if you stay. I know guys who've been out here for 2 years. They just like, I'm just gonna pay the fine.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
here is an overstay fee. You pay the fee. It don't matter. Whatever. It's the same thing. Okay. I didn't know how strict they were in Colombia. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, and Colombia is a way to, you know, get things done as well. So
and shout to Jesse Shorts, brother. I heard you in Medellin doing your thing. Shout to you. Shout to Chicago. So for me, I'm hoping to travel soon. I think I'm gonna surprise some people and travel real soon. My biggest thing right now is I've got so much going on in the Dominican Republic. It's really hard to just leave. Just redid, like every year I revamp the bar. I revamp Flip Flop. Actually my other business as well. I revamp. I just paint new signs. Just revamp. Make it a little fresher every year. And by the way, you guys, I know you guys have been asking about the Chicken Shack shirts. I will have those in 3 days. I swear to God, we will have the Chicken Shack shirts in 3 days. And also on the merch store, I believe Murder Mace put them on the merch store. But I've got a lot going on right now, but I really just want to get away for a week or so, handle some business, see some friends. So keep an eye out. Hey, I may be hitting you up, and just I never know. Like, that's the thing about me. You never really know. I talk myself out of it, but then I go, but Greg, you need this. Like I tell myself, you really need to do this. You know what I'm saying? So we'll David, fixing the Chicken Shack up, making it look good. You know,
it's funny, man, because I be running into cats that be showing me pictures of your parties out here. They was like, yeah, man, I was just at Flip Party, this pool party, or the yacht party, and I'd be like, yeah, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, they're trying to get me to do something big in Colombia. You in the group? You heard about that? And if I do, it will be epic because that's we got to go all out. That's what we got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
A, I appreciate you. And you guys, his name is Aaron. I call him A. That's just my guy. Black Men Travels again. Now, while you're here, A, before you go, how can people join the Black Men Travels movement?
Okay.
I know we got a Facebook group, but can you tell them how they can reach out to you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You can just join the private Facebook group, Black Men Travels. You do have to have a profile pic. You answer a few questions, and we'll let you on the group. Little simple questions like, do you have a passport, or you apply for a passport, and that get you in the group. We also have a YouTube channel, Black Men Travels, as well.
Yes.
You guys can check out. So, a really informative channel. My channel is based on pretty much information on assisting brothers, or either moving out here long term, or just how to move out here on vacation. Man. That's what my channel is about.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. I'm actually gonna text you in a couple minutes because I do need to get my Black Men Travel shirt. I told you I was gonna get it. Yeah. I gotta hit you on the side, and we gotta talk about that.
I gotta get me a Paradise Life shirt too, man. That's how we rock.
You already know how we do. Even swap no spender, as my man Bo Rake said.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out, brother. I really appreciate you telling me for even jumping in with me when I hit you guys up, coming through and showing me love. I much appreciate it. Real talk. Thank you very much. And listen, if you guys don't know, Black Man Travels, and Black Men Travels, because you have two, which is A and E, right?
Right. Mine's with the E. Mine's Black Men Travels.
Okay, because I thought it was okay. I saw two with Black Men for you. Like, share, subscribe, hit that brother's channel up. Check him out on the Facebook group. Hit him up. Aaron, I appreciate you very much, brother. Thank you for coming out tonight, and you'll be hearing from me in a couple minutes.
All right, bro. Peace.
Thanks, brother. Have a good one.
All right, now.
So, listen, guys, as we close this night out, I appreciate you. Much love to TaylorMade. Much love to my homie A, Black Men Travels. It's amazing to have these brothers come and kick it with me real quick, for the hour and a half we were here. Amazing to have all of you here with me. So let's get into this. As you know, we do on Wednesday Night Raw. The flip side, my final thoughts. I'm not into YouTube. I've told you guys this a million times. But I've noticed something about travel shaming that really bugs me out. Why wouldn't I want another man to be happy? Another woman to be happy? Why would I want to stand in the way of another person's happiness? I wouldn't. I want everybody to fulfill the best and biggest part of their life that they can. If you can reach that level of happiness where you're the happiest in your life, whether it comes from traveling, whether it comes from family, marriage, money, whatever it is for you, everybody has their personal things. Why would I want to stand in the way of that? Why would I want to tell you to not go into a better situation when I know you can? I said it to you guys during the live. I'll say it again. There's not much I have not done in my life in America. I believe it's 45 states, 46. I don't know. It's a lot of states. Okay. A lot of states. And I did it all. But you know what? When I traveled across seas, I'm telling you again, it was the most amazing experience of my life. I know some guys will try to shame you for traveling for women. Well, guess what? This guy had women all over the place in America. That's cool. I was going state to state, bouncing state to state. I get a phone call. Yo, let's go to Florida. Let's go to Ohio. I'm out. I'm in Columbus, Ohio, in the club with Cleveland Brown players and Ohio State players. I'm all over the place. But guess what? When I went overseas, totally different. Mind blown, totally different experience. So don't let no one, whether it be your family, your friends, anyone, tell you not to travel. I told you guys in my Sunday service, travel even if it's to another state. Travel. But once you get to those few states, because some guys are afraid to go in planes and travel overseas right now. We know the circumstances. I understand that. But travel for now, locally if you got to. But once you feel comfortable traveling to another country during this situation we in now with the pandemic, get on a plane and go to a country. Close your eyes and pick a country. Because I'm going to tell you from my mouth to your ears, it'll be the greatest experience you'll ever have, no matter what country you go to. It will change your life. The reality is this: in America, Canada, Europe, to all my people in this respective countries, we are living in a box if we only go in that area. When you go to another country, experience another culture, experience another people, it changes you. I'm from the bottom. I love going to the barrios, the hood, as some people say. I love it. I told the story. I called my mother when I was taking a shower with a bucket of water. I was laughing hysterically. And the girl was embarrassed. She said, "What's up?" I said, "No, I did this." I called my mother and I said, "It's the exact same Kool-Aid pitcher that I had to use as a kid. It was the exact same Kool-Aid pitcher. And I tried to do one bucket, but it didn't work. I'm grown." But travel. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. Mr. Flip Flop, I love you guys. Appreciate my guest tonight. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on Sunday service, Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Thanks you for coming out, guys. Appreciate you.